Those of us who are a bit older remember a really cool show called Pimp My Ride. Well, now I'm going to pimp my lesson using all the latest fun and features that are available in Replit. Let's take a really old, boring lesson that's, yeah, okay, it's all right, it does the job, and with a good teacher supplying it, I'm sure it'll be fine. But let's make it lots of fun, and let's introduce some new features and introduce some context that the students hopefully are going to relate to a little bit better. So yeah, okay, starting with the basics. Print hello world. Okay, got to start somewhere, right? Okay, time to move this up. Let's at least play around a bit and give them something they'd want. Output something cool? Well, you know, we're teachers, we're going to make it cool. I love computing. Yeah, that seems more like it. You're going to love it, right? Or at least they know. Might get a churn out of it and get a bit of fun out of it. One thing, of course, we can do is we're using Markdown here, so we can use quite a bit of HTML just to clean things up a little bit. And that's what I'm doing now. Just having a quick check through, playing around with it, and just fixing that up nicely so that we've got some basic HTML. Now it's time to use some undocumented features, or probably not documented in Replit itself. In fact, to be honest, unless Replit have been reading the latest HTML standards, they probably don't even know this exists. Yeah, I don't think they know this exists, right? You know, line breaks. No, I'm not referring to the line breaks. Yeah, this is about a sneaky feature that we can use and is used a lot to deal with spoilers and things like that. But what it allows you to do is give clues, give details, put the stuff that people might or might not want to read, and then it just expands beautifully. So what I'm doing here this time round is I am putting the help you're having a bit of struggle with your code and fixing that for you. But also I quite often put spoilers, I quite often put clues in there and things like that to really help things along. And really just to sell it and make sure that the students know that they love computing, we're going to add an image. Something beautiful, something, well, I'll be honest, I probably got from an AI designer. In fact, I did get it from an AI designer. Good old designer in Microsoft. So here we go. I'm sure this will be great. And of course, oh, that's a bit big. Might be time to cheat a little bit and use a little bit more HTML so I can have it the size I want it. Now, we're not going to leave their love for dear old computer science untested. In fact, we're going to add a test. And one of the things I like since they've updated it is you can simply match with inputs and outputs. Now, look, we're not testing them that seriously. So most of the time, I'm quite happy to just have input and output testing, because the advantage of that is it's not too strenuous, and worst case, we know how we can get around it. And of course, it is Replit. We are going to see what they're up to, but we just want them to have a little bit of a check, make sure that it's working for them, and they can check it and see what's going on. So these tests are great because they're great for perfect calculations, for checking things and making sure that they've got the basics done. And the match means it'll match it roughly. So long as it contains the text required, it doesn't matter what's in and around, whether it's full stops or speech marks or something around. So this is a really great function. So pleased to have it back in Replit, and so pleased it's not destroying their servers. So that's the next great little function. Those images, of course, they don't have to be still. They can be an animated GIF, and I think that's just a really nice way to play something. And as you know, it's me, so of course there's a dad joke involved. A classic. If I was teaching a younger year group, I'd probably be doing this in Scratch, so no prizes for guessing how I made this. But I think it's a lovely way to introduce them to Python, and in some ways there's a little bit of crossover there. Students are always after answers, and so it's a good idea to do the one. So you can create a solution. What's nice about this is you can pick when they get to see the solution. So I'm just going to quickly put my lovely solution together. Obviously, you ain't got time to see me type forever. So I'm just going to copy paste that in, update my solution. And when you see that, you have a choice. You can do it after the deadline. You can do it after they submit. Basically, it's up to you as a teacher. Can you feel all that power? I'm sure you can. Now, for my final trick. And you know what? If you subscribe to the channel, you could be as cool as Bond. James Bond. That's right. A sub to the channel will make you as cool as Mr. Bond. And I think that's a green. And if you don't feel that is cool enough, if you subscribe, you could be even cooler than him. Because let's be honest, that's what we're doing. So this final one is just a nice way for you to see that you can also include videos. And this is a lovely fun way to do that. See you next time, and I hope you've enjoyed these little tips and tricks with using replit.